Hey guys, so this is the start of Q&A video series that I'm doing of questions from coaches, parents, or players. So feel free to send any questions you may have to the inbox, and I'll see if I can get some conversation and possibly even answers going. So the first question is a common question from parents that goes something like, why doesn't my kid want to play anymore? Or my kid has suddenly decided that they don't want to play. Now, this can happen with players of any age and any level, but it's pretty common with kids about 12 to 14. That's the most common age when you see kids all of a sudden, almost out of nowhere, say, yep, I don't want to play, I'm not playing next year, or if you're really unlucky, I don't even want to finish the season, which can be difficult for parents, especially if you've put a lot of time and money into it and you don't want to pull the kid out of their commitment to the team and, what is this all about? And I think a good way to go about answering it is to ask, why did your kid want to play in the first place? Now, that assumes that they did want to play for some reason in the first place. It could be that they never wanted to, but assuming that they at one point had some interest in the game, I think a good way of looking at it is thinking about why they had that interest. And a really simple model that I like to use is a model called self-determination theory that says that we partake in intrinsically motivated. That means activities that we enjoy for just for the sake of doing them, not really for something else. And the reason we do those things, according to self-determination theory, is three reasons. It is the feeling of relatedness, the feeling of competency, and the feeling of autonomy. So relatedness and competency are pretty straightforward. Autonomy is a little bit trickier. I think sometimes people imagine autonomy to mean independence or complete, just like I do what I want, freedom. Autonomy is more of a sense of that you're growing towards the ability to actualize your freedom and your agency. It's a sense that what I'm doing lines up with my intentions. And it doesn't mean that I don't have any authorities or any instruction, but it means that somehow I'm putting myself in situations that are allowing me to grow and to have more capacity to make choices and to become who I see myself being in the future. So if you ask those three questions, it might give you some clues as to where the train went off the tracks. So you can ask, what is the relatedness situation? Does does your kid feel like they're close to their teammates, to the other families, to the coach? How's that situation? That's the first place to look. Second place would be competency. Are they properly competent? And that's a really tough one for parents, because if your kid's on the lower end of the team, it's tough. And they may not enjoy it. You may have been excited because they got on the A team or the first team initially, and maybe it wasn't the best place for them. Or if they're scoring 8 goals a game in rec soccer and they should be somewhere else, that could also be a mismatch. And the last one is the autonomy one. And I think this is the one where we get tripped up a lot of the time. Because about this age, 12, 13, 14, kids are starting to play with this and they're starting to wonder, what activities do I do because I want to do them, and which ones do I do because my parents want me to do them, or because I'm supposed to do them because that makes me a good kid or whatnot. So I think this is when they're trying to categorize the activity and they're trying to say, why do I play? And I think sometimes what kids do is they'll test a parent and they'll say, I don't want to play anymore. And part of the reason that they do that is to see the response. And they want to see if they can fit it into the category of activities that they're forced to do or that they do themselves, because they may not quite know yet and they may still be figuring out. Even if in the past they've always enjoyed it, and even if you didn't, twist their arm to go to practice or whatever, they may now just be wondering, what things in my life do I do that I like and what things are put upon me? So I'm not telling you that you should give them free rein just to quit the team. But I think a good way of dealing with that is to ask them again, okay, well, why did you like to play and what has changed? I think that is an autonomy supportive way of answering the question. It doesn't say, oh yeah, we're just going to quit tomorrow, even though I paid all this money and you have a commitment to the team. And it's not, no, you need to go because you have to go. it's a little more, it's autonomy supportive because it's asking them why they like to play in the first place. So I think that's a good way of dealing with that question. Hopefully that can be helpful.